Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Tucker again. We're going to talk a little bit more about the paper bag princess, and we're going to talk about what happens first in the story, next in the story, then in the story, and finally. So I'm going to reread the story. I'm going to do it kind of quick this time though. And I want you to be thinking and trying to remember what happened first, what happened second, what happened third, what happened fourth. Maybe you can even put your fingers up when you're like, oh, this is happening first. Oh, this is happening second. Oh, this is happening third. Guess what? This is what happens last. Okay? So here's the story again. I'm going to read it a little bit quicker than last time. The Paper Bag Princess. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had an expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. Remember all the hearts? She's in love with him. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a brown paper bag. So she put on the paper bag and followed the dragon. It was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forests and horses' bones. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and banged on the door. Bang! 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 The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am very busy, dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught in it. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and banged on the door again. Bang! 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 That's the knocker right there. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait!" shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Why, yes," said the dragon. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," said the dragon. And he took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 50 forests. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth. And the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 100 forests. "Magnificent," said Elizabeth. And the dragon took another huge breath, but this time nothing came out. The dragon didn't even have enough fire left to cook a meatball. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?" "Why, yes," said the dragon, and he jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again!" So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was too tired to talk, and he lay down and went straight to sleep. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside. She shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired, he didn't even move. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes, your hair is all tangled, and you are wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back and get me when you are dressed like a real princess." Ronald, said Elizabeth. "Your clothes are really nice, and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you're a bum. Not a good guy." They didn't get married after all. And look how happy she looks. Okay, so we have our characters. We have Elizabeth. We have Prince Ronald. And we have the dragon. All right. Now, at the beginning of the story, think. Remember number 1. What happens at the beginning of the story? Remember, they're in love. But then what does the dragon do? The dragon burns down the castle, doesn't he? Okay. And so there's the forest. All right. And he burns it down, and he burns down the castle, and who does he take with him? Good thing he took Ronald, because I don't think Ronald would have come and rescued Elizabeth. Okay, so first, the dragon burned down. That's fire. The dragon burned down the castle and the forest and took Prince Ronald to his cave. Next, what happened? So think about what happened next. What does she do? Doesn't she find a paper bag, put it on, that's a cave. And doesn't she go to the dragon's cave? Doesn't she go there? She goes to the dragon's cave. So first, the dragon burns down the castle and kidnaps Prince Ronald. Next, he takes Prince Ronald to his cave, and Elizabeth goes there to save him. Then what happens? What does Elizabeth say to the dragon? Doesn't she want him to burn up all those forests? Yes, she does. All right. I don't have tape. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. Then she has the dragon burn down the forests. And then what does she make him do? You're right. She makes him run so fast 2 times around the whole world. And he is very what when he's done? Very tired. Doesn't he go to sleep when he's done? He does. All right. All right, so. Tape. I got tape. Okay. This isn't as easy as you think it is. So, first she makes him burn down forest. Then she makes him run around the world 2 times. Okay, and then he falls asleep. And finally, what happens in that story? Let's go back. First, dragon burns down the forest and the castle and kidnaps Prince Ronald. Next, the dragon brings Prince Ronald to his cave, and Elizabeth comes to save him. She's awesome. Then, Elizabeth tricks the dragon, right? She makes him burn down all those forests where he has no fire left. She makes him run around the world. Sorry, so tired that he falls asleep. Finally, what happens? Finally, what happens? Look at that picture. She comes to save Ronald, and what does Ronald say? Come back when you look pretty. Was he very grateful? No, he wasn't. So did she come back when she looked pretty? She did not. She did not marry him, and she skipped off and lived happily ever after. Okay? That's the beginning first, next, then, and finally. All right, boys and girls, I want you to read a book, and I want you to tell someone in your family what happened first, what happened next, what happened then, and then what happened finally. Okay? You think you can do it? I know you can. See you soon, boys and girls. Bye-bye.